Lauren Scott?
That's the girl from the video store.
I had no idea.
No, of course you didn't. How could you know that?
I'm gonna bow out. You date her. Besides the fact, if I got in the picture, it wouldn't even be fair.
I'm sorry, what does that mean?
Come on, man, you're not out there as much as I am.
You don't have to bow out because of me. So do your thing, whatever that is. Just let her decide.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Pine, Tom Hardy, highly skilled agents, and they are both dating Reese Witherspoon.
Wow, how does that work? That's the premise of the new romantic movie, This Means War, that opens today. Our movie guy, Aaron Lafferty, is here with a preview. Reese Witherspoon, super popular, adorable.
Yes.
This is going to be huge this weekend.
Right. It would have been really interesting to see if this would have opened last weekend, if you would have had The Vow.
Oh, yeah.
Which is This Means War. We could have had a really high-octane romantic weekend. So this one is a movie that has a lot of action, has the romance, so this is kind of for guys and girls.
Oh, nice. Well, it's nice where you can kind of attract both sides.
So it's kind of a date movie.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
That you could go see.
So is it getting good reviews? Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet, and hopefully going to see it this weekend. It's getting okay reviews. It's not getting great reviews.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a critic-friendly movie. It's more, fans. It's it is what it is. It's action. It's romance. You get the basic premise. That's pretty much what it is. You've got these two CIA agents that are really, they're buddies. They're the top of their game. And now they've got to take that skill and beat each other for this girl. So
so instead of partners, they're kind of going at each other.
Right.
Question for you: this would be a great date movie.
Sure.
The Vow, obviously,
Right.
a lot of people are still going to be going out to see that. Do you think it's going to be a big contender still? The Vow.
The Vow will be up there. This Means War will be up there. But I think the one that's really going to take home the money this weekend is probably the movie that you wouldn't expect, which is Ghost Rider.
Oh, really?
This is the second in the series, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, because it's in 3D and 2D.
Oh, okay.
So you got the 3D dollars here. Nicolas Cage plays Johnny Blaze, who's kind of a darker superhero.
Okay.
Who was cursed, if you saw the first movie or even heard about the first movie. And so he's hiding out in Eastern Europe, and apparently the devil's trying to take human form. So he's kind of the guy when there's like supernatural bad things going on. He's the guy that you go to.
And this is going to be the big movie, you think?
Yep, because of the 3D dollars.
Really?
Yeah.
At what point does Hollywood decide to just change how they evaluate the dollars? Because it almost doesn't seem, it should be per ticket almost instead of per dollar.
Well, as long as people keep going to see 3D movies, they're going to keep making them.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That's true.
they're just going to keep cashing
This
in.
is like a high effect too. You won't
Yeah.
have the two competing for those romantic,
Right.
movie dollars.
We
You've
have
got
three very
people.
different movies this weekend.
Yeah.
So you got the romantic movie, you got the action, this is kind of a darker superhero movie, and then we also have the family movie, the rated G movie this weekend is The Secret World of Arrietty, which was originally released in Japan back in 2010, and now it's been voiced by American actors, which includes Will Arnett and Amy Poehler as the parents of Arrietty. And these, if you remember that back in the 80s there was a TV show called The Littles. Do you remember that? This is kind of that premise.
It looks a little bit different from some of the other animation that we've seen.
This is the Japanese animation. You've got this family of people that are like 4 inches tall, and they kind of go around houses, and things that people leave behind become the things that they do. So this is based on the book called The Borrowers, because they borrow things left behind, like pins and needles and paper clips and things that we wouldn't really care about have now become part of their world, and they make it part of their home.
Interesting.
But everything kind of starts to unravel because she's discovered by a human.
Okay, so would you recommend this?
I haven't seen it, but it's actually getting the best reviews of all the movies opening this weekend. Yeah.
The fact that it's rated G and has a bigger audience, do you think it's going to?
I think it'll do well because it's a family movie. We haven't had a family movie in the last couple of weeks, so there's your family movie.
And if they translated it into English, it had to have a really wide appeal in other places too, and that's why they've done that.
It did well overseas, so we'll see.
Fantastic.
See what it does here.
Okay, so you have some picks for us this weekend.
Yes.
I'm super excited because there's actually one on your list that I have seen and I really liked. But I have to say, it's probably one of the most disturbing movies I've seen in a long time.
Well, I've been waiting to get this because I know you like this movie. We're talking about Young Adult, which is my pick in theaters this week. It's only playing at Woodland Mall. It eventually will come out on DVD. Charlize Theron is Mavis. She's recently divorced. She's a fictional writer. She writes young adult novels, so that's where you get your title. So she goes home after being divorced, and she wants to hook up with her former ex-boyfriend who's now married with kids. So it's kind of a weird romantic movie in the fact that she thinks she can get back with her ex-boyfriend, who, by the way, is married.
Right,
Oh,
and
interesting.
it has a very happy life that she's thinks she can destroy.
Right. So it's very odd. It's very interesting character study in the fact that she is totally neurotic.
Right.
She is crazy.
But gorgeous. I mean, she is
Right.
drop dead gorgeous, very talented writer, but just kind of that whole.
Right.
Maybe it's the psychological part
Right.
that I really enjoyed in this. Plus, I love the guy from King of Queens.
Patton Oswalt plays the. He's kind of the outsider. She's like the former prom queen, and he's like the nerd that got picked on in high school, and they become this weird friendship duo. And so he's trying to help her, and she's trying to do all this. So it's very interesting movie.
Yeah.
Very interesting character study.
Yeah.
And it is rated R.
But it is rated R. It should be rated R, and it's it kind of leaves you feeling like, I don't know how I feel about this,
Yeah.
but it was
kind of
well done.
It's an interesting character study.
Not nominated for any Academy Awards. I
Right.
was a little surprised.
Got a couple
because I
Golden
thought it was
Globes,
well
but
done.
Okay, so you have another one too that's very
Yes.
different. This is actually pulled out of the archives a little bit. You're
Yeah.
going back.
Yes, from 2006. Terry, I know you like Elf, so I know you like Will Ferrell. Here's a different kind of Will Ferrell movie. He's not, falling down, making you laugh. It's a different kind of movie. He plays a tax IRS auditor, and he suddenly hears a woman narrating his life. So everything he's doing, brushing his teeth, everything he's doing is being narrated by
Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson.
Yes.
She's the writer. She hasn't written a book in 10 years, so she's kind of stuck on
She's
how to-
neurotic, actually. This is a really good movie.
Yes.
I
Did you
like
see this one
a lot.
See, I haven't
Yeah.
seen this, and I really want to.
It's cute just how these different worlds collide,
Right.
and anything with Will Ferrell is just awesome.
And if you don't normally like Will Ferrell movies, because I know there are some people that don't, try this one out because it's not your typical Will Ferrell comedy movie. He starts to fall in love with Maggie Gyllenhaal, who he's auditing. She's a very different character than he is, the total opposite of him. And so there's just, I really like the intricacies of this movie, how they point out all the things that he's counting, because as a tax guy, he's very mathematical, he's counting
He's a
everything.
bean counter.
There's a lot of numbers going on, there's a lot of different scenes going on. So
Nice.
it's a really good movie. Check it
Okay,
out.
for details of everything that we talked about today
Right.
and reviews and so much more, how do people get in touch with you?
On my blog, under the entertainment section, if you click on blogs, it'll take you to my latest post today, which is what's new in theaters, which includes Take Shelter, which was one of my picks theatrically from a couple weeks ago. That's now out on DVD. I highly recommend Take Shelter. Michael Shannon and Jessica Chastain, also no Oscar nominations for that movie.
Okay.
One of my favorites of 2011. And then also pointing out Mission Impossible 4 is now at Woodland Mall, and Sherlock Holmes 2 is now at Woodland Mall.
Okay,
Wonderful.
thanks, Aaron.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. We'll be right back.
See ya.